You will attract more opportunities if you start telling yourself you're rich. And that's the first thing you need to work on when you are becoming a person and you want to identity shift your habits. In order to get the things you want in this world, you have to be aligned with the version of yourself who has the things you want. Alright, I'm gonna need y'all to lock the fuck in on this video because this one's about to be an absolute fucking banger, bro. No games being played. Okay? Yeah, I did a lot of hand movements, but it's because this one's actually about to be insane, bro. Identity shifting. One of the most powerful things you can do as a human in general, bro. You guys need to lock in for this video. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, dude. Alright, so what is identity shifting? You guys see the caterpillar turning to the butterfly, right? Identity shifting is how you rapidly accelerate your growth in order to embody your ideal version of yourself. So in order to do this, you need to write down your key attributes, your looks, the way you act, the relationships you have, and the way you are towards people, as well as what you're doing with your life and how you feel your days. The best way to put this is like, imagine you're a caterpillar right now and the full grown version of you wants to be a butterfly. So you might not be able to fly right now, but what else does a butterfly do? So imagine you're a butterfly. I mean, you're a caterpillar, right? And you want to be a butterfly. This is how I'm going to explain identity shifting for a human, right? So you can't fly yet. So this is like, let's just say you want to be rich and you aren't rich yet. So you can't spend money like you were rich yet, right? But what does a caterpillar do in this process of turning into a butterfly? It just eats shit. What does a butterfly do during the day? I'm almost positive it just eats shit. I don't know what else butterflies could possibly do other than pollinate and eat shit. So what you're gonna do if you're a caterpillar right now or you want to get rich is you're gonna work towards something that will get you rich until you are eventually rich, and you're going to act like you are already rich is the best way to put it. But it's obviously way more specific than that. It's not just I'm going to be rich and then I'm going to act rich. Like it depends on what you want to do for your business, depends on how you are acting towards your business. But more than anything, identity shifting is acting as if you are the identity that already has it. Now here's a better example. So let's say you want to have a personal training fitness, right? Personal training business, right? But you aren't built enough, right, to become a personal trainer. What are you going to do? You're going to start personally training yourself, as well as acting like you are your own client. So you're going to start moving around like you know you're going to be built. You're going to stop eating bad foods. You're going to start eating good foods all the time. And you're going to be making sure you watch your diet, you track your calories, and you track your workouts. It's the same exact thing with becoming a butterfly. The same exact thing. With identity shifting, not becoming a butterfly, but the same exact thing. It's really hard to put into words, I feel like, somewhat, but it's really a simple concept. It's simple in concept, hard to do in execution. So like I said, you're gonna act the version of yourself you want to be, right? So why should you identity shift? Because the way you get the things you want in this life is shifting towards the version of yourself and being on the frequency of the version of yourself that already has these things. That might sound really complicated. It's not as complicated as you think. Here's how the universe works. And this is why a lot of scummy people might be successful, but there's even more less scummy people that are successful. They might have done scummy things, but they aren't scummy people as a whole. You just don't hear about them as much because it's easier to get attention for being a negative force than it is to be a positive one. So the reason I brought that up though is because the world runs on alignment, right? In order to get the things you want in this world, you have to be aligned with the version of yourself who has the things you want. If someone wants a lot of money for a certain reason and they're going to be a scumbag in order to get it, they don't have any morals, then they'll get it because they're aligned with themselves. It's a lot easier to be aligned as a shitty person than to be a person who actually wants, to be better from other people. But yeah, the reason you should identity shift is because it's important. It's OP as fuck because you need to be aligned. This world only cares about alignment. The thing about the goals you want, realize the only reason you haven't achieved them is because in the current state you are in, it's impossible. You're not going to be able to be, like I said, if you want to be a rich person, you're not going to be able to be rich acting the same exact way as you are right now. It's literally physically impossible, or else you'd be fucking rich right now. Very, very straightforward. So you have to change yourself. And once you change yourself towards the version of yourself you want to be, your awareness will open up. It's actually kind of crazy. So like, let's say that you're repeating to yourself, and because everything in this life takes repetition. I gotta make a video on repetition. Everything in this life takes repetition. So let's say that you're repeating to yourself, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich, whatever. Like, this is an example. Through saying that to yourself, you will literally raise your awareness. This is honest. It's unbelievable how this works. You will raise your awareness. It just takes a lot of repetition, like I said. And through raising your awareness, you will see way more opportunities that might have already been there and you didn't see them before, or you will just see more opportunities, and you will definitely 100% attract more opportunities. That's the craziest part. You will attract more opportunities if you start telling yourself you're rich, because the world feels like you are aligned and you are moving in the way you want to be. But like I said, you also have to treat your days as if you are rich. You can't just be doing whatever the fuck you're doing right now. You have to treat your days like you already have the money, like you know what you're doing, and like you have you have whatever tool that is going to make you rich in your life involved. So that's why it's important that you start acting the way you want to be now, because then you will be in alignment and things will be a lot easier. By not chasing, you will show the universe that you are complacent, which is pretty much death. Complacency is death because things either grow or die. So if you're growing and you're becoming the version of yourself you want to be, then you're alive, right? You're growing. But if you're complacent with where you are, if you're doing what you've been doing for years and you're stuck, you're sitting still, you're dying. You're literally dying. Your life is dying. Your identity dying. It's all dying. You either are growing or dying. That's how this life works. We're dying off of birth. But if you've noticed, right? Like I've noticed this at least. Some of the most evil niggas of all time, and also some of the most, how would I say, like good people that aren't going against the systems around us that haven't been assassinated. People like the people who are good, big inspirations to others, have a lot of driving force. People who are very motivated. Have you not noticed? These are the people that live the longest. When you are constantly growing, constantly evolving, constantly trying to become a better version of yourself, you literally live longer, bro. Because your brain's being used more and your body's being pushed more, which leads to it building more strength. So yeah, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but like I said, like the most evil niggas of all time, because they're aligned. Evil people that are known are usually aligned with who they are meant to be, as well as some of the best niggas of all time just live longer than most. That's why complacency is death, bro. Because if you don't give a fuck about your life and you're just existing, you're gonna die so much faster, bro. I swear on my life. If you don't care about your life, you don't care what you're doing, you're just here to be here, you're gonna die so much faster. So here is the bonus tip for today's video. The best thing about identity shifting is you can literally start right after this video. If you're like the type of person who's like, I'm going to become fit, after this video, start acting like you're fit. Start eating like you're fit. Start moving like you're fit. Start going to the gym like you're fit, right? And then the worst thing is as soon as you start identity shifting, you will be tested. This is just a fact. This is a fact, bro. When you start identity shifting, the life that you have is going to start testing you. The world is going to give you resistance. It will give you dude, it's actually crazy. The world will resist your ass so heavily if you start resisting and trying to be the best version of yourself, bro. It'll start sending you friends that are going to distract you. You start pulling way more hoes than ever. I swear I'm not joking about this one. If you start identity shifting, more and more women will be interested in you. Not only because you are growing and developing, but because these people are literally there to waste your time and make you backslide. I swear on my life, I'm talking from personal experience. So yeah, more women will be interested in you. More people will try to distract you. You'll get invited to more events. You'll be way more exposed to bad opportunities and things that are literally going to waste your time and keep you from becoming the version of yourself. And it is way easier to stay as the version as you are now because you are comfortable at the version as yourself now. Why the fuck am I messing up my words? You are comfortable. Wait, no, I said that right. You are comfortable as the version of yourself that you are now. And so, because of that, that's why it's so hard to switch your identity and start shifting, because comfort comes from habits. Habits make our lives. Everything in our life is a habit, bro. You are a habitual being. You are a habitual being. And so it's important that you make sure that you change your habits to what the best version of yourself's habits would be. Because if you don't, then like I said, you're just going to backslide. And that's the first thing you need to work on when you are becoming a person and you want to identity shift. Your habits really are the key part. Your habit, your mindset, and your belief systems. You have to make sure you get rid of limiting beliefs. We have the identity shifter versus the identity hoper. So Jerome, right? Jerome's goals in his life is to be a fit, wealthy, and a family man, right? He realizes this takes time, but more importantly, not only does it take time and repetition, it takes acting like the man who does these things, who is fit, acting like the man who is wealthy, and acting like the family man. He understands in order to be fit, you need to go to the gym at least 5 times a week and watch what you eat. You can't just be eating bullshit, going to the gym whenever you want, and doing fuck all and be fit, bro. It's impossible, right? He wants to work a job and is building a business outside of his work so that he can be wealthy. He knows wealth doesn't come overnight. It might happen to some, it does happen to many, but it doesn't come overnight 90% of the time. You have to build it. So you have to start by building it. He speaks to his parents and his siblings like they are everything he knows, because he understands the importance of family, and he knows that in order to be a family man, he has to treat the current family he has like they're everything. Right? He's fully shifted into the identity of what his goals are going to be, and then from acting like this, not only is he telling the universe what he wants, but he's making it damn near impossible not to be fit, wealthy, and a family man. How can you not be fit if you're going to the gym 5 times a week and watching your diet? How can you not be healthy, wealthy, if you're if you're working your job, getting money from your job, and you're building a business outside of your job that's going to be able to scale because you're determined to and you know you will? How can you not be a family man if you're speaking to your parents and your siblings already before you even have your own wife and your siblings and parents, or what it means? What the fuck? Before you have your own wife and kids. Jeez. No, Phil, the one that doesn't identity shift, the guy who just stays the same forever. This guy will never be anything because he doesn't even have goals. Bro, I gotta make a video on goals so bad. If you don't have goals, bro, you're so cooked. You're so cooked. Anyway, anyways, like, oh man, you might actually be an NPC if you don't have goals with your life. I'm not gonna lie. So the thing with Phil, he says he wants to lose weight, right? He says it. Words and actions are not the same thing. He says it, right? But he's not shifting into the version of himself that wants to lose weight. But think about it like this too, bro. His goal isn't to be fit. He just wants to lose weight. So that by itself makes him in a weaker spot. He doesn't have a goal. He just wants to be less fat. That doesn't mean anything, bro. So what if you lose a couple of pounds and you look better? You're not gonna be able to stay fit if you don't have a goal of what you're just gonna gain that weight back, right? So he wants to lose weight. He's just eating fucking McDonald's and Wendy's daily. He says he wants to be financially free, but he works barely any hours a week, and he works very easy jobs like McDonald's, like I said, like Chipotle. He's delivering, like he's just doing easy entry level jobs, working the bare minimum. And he can't stand the idea of making something of his own business, his own product, anything. He can't stand the idea of it. He says he wants a future family, just like Jerome does, but he leeches off of his current one. He does not provide his current one with much. He just sits there, leeches off of them, takes their stuff, takes their food, all of that. He has no idea how to build a family, man. He doesn't even treat his family like they are, nice to him or whatever. He treats his family like he's entitled to them. You know what I'm saying? He feels entitled to the people around him, and he does not have any goals towards helping them back and returning the favor. This is the difference between identity shifting and hoping, because the thing is, this guy is these I don't know if you noticed, but the whole point is these two have the same goals. But look, his are clear, they're defined, and he's moving towards them every single day of his life and acting like it. Whereas this guy's goals are whatever, and he acts like whatever, and he looks like whatever. This is I actually don't think I can conceptualize identity shifting better than this. This is literally it. This is it. If you're confused on what it is, this is dead. This is such a good way of understanding. Stop saying, start doing, bro. So yeah, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll definitely make sure to see you in the next one. If this video helps you at all, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't know anything, if you learned something from this video, make sure to leave a comment. And if you're going to start identity shifting today, make sure you comment today and then comment in a week, and then come back and just let me know, because I'm very curious. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.